Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about the Sephora VIB sale. Now there are different dates depending on if you are a Sephora VIB, VIB Rouge, etc. So I will put a list down below with the dates and the prices for the, I think there's a certain percentage you get off of your purchase. So I'll just put all that information down below. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell on the side so you can know whenever I post a new video. So in the past, when I've done these videos, I've given a list of items that I have used and loved, and then items that I'm planning on purchasing. So I think for today, I'm just going to focus on the items that I've used and loved for so long. I think what I'll do is go from like top down, I guess. So I'll go from like skincare, primers, etc. like in the order in which I would normally do my makeup. So the first item on the list is this product by Dr. Jart. It is this Ceramidin cream. This is fantastic if you have normal to dry skin or if you have dry skin. So this cream has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and other ingredients that just help your skin stay so hydrated. I got a sample of this actually a few months ago and I tried it and I fell in love. Like as soon as I applied it, my skin felt so much softer and smoother and just hydrated and plumped. It was fantastic. So I went ahead and bought this. Actually, when I finally wanted to buy this, there was a waiting list on the Sephora.ca website. They were just out of stock, so I had to wait about a month to get it. This has a light scent. Honestly, it smells like maybe medicinal. Like it doesn't smell like perfume. It just smells like active ingredients. And it just makes your skin feel, I'll show you guys right now. Like this is the texture of the product. A little bit does go a long way. And this is it here. It's just super hydrating and it does make your skin feel fantastic. It's great for dry skin, normal to dry skin. I'm recommending this now because I'm thinking of winter time, winter coming. As I was doing my makeup this morning, I saw some snowflakes out the window, which is very scary. I'm just reading off of their website right now and they do claim that this cream is made in order to prevent dryness in harsh winter climates or harsh climates in general. So if you live in areas like Montreal or places that have horrible winter climates, might I suggest this cream here. It's fantastic. It is $60 for this tube, which is a little bit pricey, but I feel like the results are immediate. Like my hands, like right now, are just so soft and so smooth, and your skin just feels so plump and hydrated. I definitely think this is worth giving a try. Okay, moving on up. We have this NARS Radiance primer here. This is this bad boy here. Now, when I first started my channel, I definitely talked about NARS primers and NARS products a lot more. I don't know what happened over the years. I guess I just started using a lot of different products and I just, you know, I've always kept it, but as you add more things, some items go in the back of the rotation. So I have this one here that is kind of getting towards the end here. This is the Radiance primer as I mentioned. So this has, I'll give you guys like a little swatch here. It has this little pink hue that you apply before you put on your foundation. You can mix it into your foundation. You can wear it on its own. It does have an SPF in it as well. And it just gives your skin that glow, that boost of glow. I love to wear this like just in general, but also on days when I'm gonna wear like lighter foundation or lighter makeup. I just feel like the glow really comes through. And if you just wanna have like dewy, luminous skin, this is fantastic. Oh, this does not have an SPF in it, just before I forget. You really don't need a lot of this product. I mean, I definitely do use a lot more sometimes because I'm just like, yes, let me glow. But yeah, I definitely think this is worth it if you are someone who feels like their skin is lacking some oomph, lacking some glow. I definitely think you should give this a try. I'm gonna go ahead and Google to see how much this is. So the primer here is $45, but I have owned it for 2 years and I still have some product, so obviously a little bit goes a long way. Next up, also from NARS, is their Pro Prime eyeshadow primer here. This stuff is fantastic when you want your eyeshadow to just stay in place all day. I have used different kinds. I have used the Too Faced one and also the Urban Decay. I haven't used those in several years and I've just been repurchasing this one here. So this eyeshadow primer is $33, which I personally feel like is a steal because I feel like this lasts me a year. I don't know. I don't have like the exact, I might be able to go through my Sephora orders and see if I bought it online, but this takes me a really long time to go through. Like, you really don't need a lot. And let me just show you here. So this is it here. It looks white, but as soon as you blend it out, it just blends into your skin tone. So it doesn't matter if you're very fair, if you have darker skin tone, it doesn't really affect anything. Like, it's not like a concealer. So it just helps, it's really sticky. So it just helps your eyeshadow stay longer, and then you don't have to worry about it like creasing in the middle, because you know when you do your makeup and it looks fine, and then at the end of the day, around like 5, you look at your eyes and all the shadows like glooped in the crease here. It's so gross. It's so annoying. This definitely helps it not happen. I think this is worth it. I feel like people talk about like the Urban Decay eyeshadow priming potion. I used to love that back in the day, but I feel like this one is definitely worth giving a try. So if you are looking for a primer, might I suggest the NARS Pro Prime smudge proof eyeshadow base. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually do have come out with some tinted ones. So ones that kind of do have more pigment, almost like concealers. So I think they had maybe like 4 shades. So if you do want a eyeshadow primer that's tinted, I do think they have other ones now available. Moving on to brows, I have here the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in Soft Brown. This is this bad boy here. Now, this is my first time trying anything from Anastasia Beverly Hills, because I am one of those people that is like exceedingly stubborn. You can ask my husband. So if a brand or a product starts to blow up and everyone is always talking about it, I kind of hesitate to try it, because I don't know, I'm like, I don't like using the same thing as everyone else. And sometimes when an item or a brand is so hyped up, I feel like there's more hype than quality. And so for some reason in my mind, I didn't want to try Anastasia, because I was like, everyone's always talking about Anastasia. Is it even that good? And it actually is. So while everyone was talking about Anastasia, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Anastasia, I was like, well, I'm gonna go try this brow product, I'm gonna try that brow product. And I don't know, I was just avoiding the inevitable, I guess. So I actually really like this one. My friend Carrie actually sent this to me. Thank you, Carrie, that was very kind of you. And this is what I've been wearing in my brows for the past several weeks. She got me the shade called Soft Brown, and it's pretty perfect. I mean, it's like the perfect brown. It's not too light, not too dark. So on one side you have the brow product here, and then on the other side you have your spoolie. Oh my goodness, any eyebrow product that doesn't have a spoolie is like a no for me. So I'm so happy this has a spoolie, and I'm just gonna show you. This is the soft brown right here. I used the spoolie to just like soften it up a little bit, but I think this is great. And this item is $30. If you are in the market for an eyebrow product, if you've been thinking about trying Anastasia Beverly Hills, it's actually pretty good. This is the Brow Definer. I think the Brow Wiz is the one that is super, super fine. But I mean, I don't have super fine eyebrows, as you can tell, so the Brow Definer is perfectly fine. I think it has like this like triangle shape. I don't know what you'd call this shape. Geometry was never my strength in life. So as you can see, this is just the product here. So it is a little bit thicker. So if you wanted like a really fine tipped applicator, I think the Brow Wiz maybe is more for you, but as far as I'm concerned, this Brow Definer is great. I guess all the hype surrounding Anastasia Beverly Hills was correct. So next up, we have the Diorshow Maximizer 3D Triple Volume Plumping Lash Primer. So this is this guy here. Now, I've only been using this for a few weeks now, and at first when I got it, I was like, do I really need an extra step in mascara? Like, is it really worth it? But this is what I've been doing for the past few weeks. This is the product here. It looks like a regular mascara. The product itself is white, but as soon as you put on your mascara, it just like, not disintegrates, but the black mascara definitely hides any of the white. And this is just made to help your lashes curl more, be more voluminous, just have like extra. And I don't think this is a step that you have to do every single morning, that you need to do. Like, I think your own mascara should be working perfectly fine. This is just like if you're an extra person, if you like to be a little bit more over the top, a little bit more va-va-voom, I think this is fun. I think this does work. I think this is $37, which is a little bit expensive, but it's the same price as the regular Dior mascaras. And if you want to get it on this, like during the sale, I think it is worth it. If you've been on the fence, if you want a lash primer, I do like this Dior one. So yeah, like I don't think it's necessary to do a lash primer every single morning just to like drop your kids off at daycare. Like that's a little bit overkill. But if you do want something for the holiday season, like if you go to parties, if you want to just have like extra-ness, I don't know, because for me, I want my mascara, I want my lashes to look like fake lashes without having to apply fake lashes. So this is just a step that helps me get to that. So yeah, if you want to try out, if you've been curious about a lash primer, might I suggest this Dior one? I enjoy it. Oh, so I have another item here, which I should have mentioned in between the eyeshadow primer and the mascara primer. Oops. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Now, this is not new. I think this came out last summer. This is the palette here. As you can tell, some of these shades have been more loved than others. This is my only naked palette that I own. I didn't get any of the other ones before. I like this one because it is all warm toned. I know some people are kind of over warm toned eyeshadows. I personally am still loving the warm toned eyeshadow train. And this is the only large palette that I own. Every other palette that I own is a quad or 5 colors. I don't usually love getting giant palettes because I find them overwhelming. I find that they're kind of a waste. Even though this might be the same price as a Chanel quad, I feel like I get more use out of a 4 eyeshadow pan than one with like 12. I do like this palette because they're all warm tone, they all look really pretty. The shimmer colors in this palette are stunning. They are beautiful on their own or with some Fix Plus or with a primer setting spray. They are beautiful. So these are the shimmer colors right here. They're just really pretty, and what I like about this palette is since it is all warm toned, it doesn't really matter what colors you mix. Like you can use any light color with any dark color with any shimmer, and it always looks pretty. So you don't have to think too much. You don't really have to try to coordinate what shades to mix with it. I just feel it's really goof proof. You can just really go with any colors you want, and it looks nice. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they recently came out with a mini version of the Naked Heat that is, I think, half the price and probably around half the eyeshadow shades. I haven't tried that one, but if you do like the idea of the Naked Heat palette, but you don't want to get the big one, might I suggest maybe trying the smaller one, or at least like swatching it in store just to see. I do have to say, like, the quality of the eyeshadows is obviously not the same as like Chanel or Dior, but it's still pretty good, and you do get a lot of products. So if that's something you're looking for, if you want like more bang for your buck, maybe this is more for you. But I just think that like it's a pretty decent palette overall, and also the mirror is huge, as you can see. Hi guys. I just think it's pretty great. I often forget to use it just because there are so many shades that I kind of like get overwhelmed, but I think it's a pretty good palette. So before I forget, this Naked Heat palette is 66 and the miniature size is 36. So next up is bronzer. So I love this Hoola bronzer here. This is another item that kind of has like cult status or a lot of hype status, I could say. Like, it's one of those items that I've heard about for so long, but I never actually tried it up until recently. And I have to say, it is really great. I think this is 100% worth the money. I think this is definitely worth giving a shot. So this guy here is 38, and there is a lighter version. This is like the original matte Hoola bronzer. There is a lighter version if you are more fair. But I just got the regular one, and this is what I use it off and on. Like, I go between this one and the Dior Backstage contour palette quite frequently, but I just feel like it's great as a bronzer. Like, I use it to like contour kind of and just like do this thing, and it's a great bronzer. I think it's definitely worth it. It's one of those items that I, again, was hesitant to try because it's like, well, everyone's talking about how great it is. Like, is it actually great? Is it just worth that? Is it just like the hype? But I think it's good. It's really worth it. And if you want, I think they sell minis of this, like miniature versions, like, I don't know like what size or what price, but they do have smaller ones. This one here is 38. I think, you know, with like the VIB discount, definitely worth it. Also, since it is a powder, they kind of like last forever. Well, not forever, but you know, like powder makeup definitely is an item that you can keep in your collection for a very long time. It takes a lot for them to expire, so I think it's worth giving a try. Okay, so next item is the Dior Backstage Glow Palette. This is this one right here. This is $55 and you get these 4 shades. Technically, these bottom 2 are blushes or blush toppers and these are highlights. So this palette is $55, which actually is cheaper than the regular Dior Skin Luminizers, but these colors are so pretty. And what I love about this and also the Hoola bronzer is that they're really easy to use, not only on like the face, but also on the eyes. My eye makeup is the Hoola bronzer and the gold shade. That's what I wore. Like I applied the Hoola bronzer with like a big fluffy brush, like kind of all over. And then I used my finger, I went into the gold shade. I put this on the lid here, and then I used a little bit of the white on the brow bone and inner corner. And that is my eye look. I love things that are really easy to use and really straightforward. So just like a really pretty shimmer palette and then a matte bronzer, boom, face and eye done. Why complicate your life, you know? The highlighters here, they are so creamy, so buttery, so beautiful. They are perfect as highlighters or as eyeshadows. I accidentally tried to use this brown shade as a highlighter. Did not look so great on me, but if you have darker skin tone, I think it would look lovely. But as an eyeshadow, it's also really pretty. These are just, I feel like doing this, I'm not gonna do that. I recommend getting this highlighter palette because the texture is so beautiful that it works perfectly as an eyeshadow, because sometimes just the way that products are formulated for the face, they're not always so creamy or easy to use on the eyes, but this one is. I think it's because a lot of the Backstage products were created for easy use, for versatile use. So this is super easy to wear on your face or on your eyes or both. And so I just think it's really worth it. And I think you can definitely get a lot of your money's worth if you're smart with it. Like you can use this as eyeshadow like every day of the week. So I think this is definitely worth picking up during the sale. So next up, I actually have 3 lip products because I have a small, well, a moderate lipstick addiction. The first one is the one that I'm wearing now. This is part of like the Dior lipstick collection, but this is the matte finish. There's a matte, a satin, and a metallic finish, I believe. So this one here is called number 666 Matte Kiss. It is this gorgeous raspberry shade right here. This, I believe, is part of their fall collection. I just think it's really beautiful. It kind of just like lights up the skin and just illuminates everything. It's gorgeous. I'm just gonna give you guys a swatch right here. And the reason I love just like this lipstick collection is because it is super comfortable to wear. So this is part of their matte lipstick collection, but since it is in a bullet format, it is so much more comfortable to wear than a regular liquid lipstick. So if you are looking for a matte lipstick, might I suggest trying a bullet format instead of a liquid one? I feel like you do get the longevity and the look of matte lips without it being so excessively drying and uncomfortable to wear. Like this is super comfortable. The longevity is great. The color is beautiful. And so I don't know, I just like these so much more than like a regular liquid lipstick. I don't know why liquid lipsticks became such a huge trend. I mean, they are nice if you want something to be super long wearing, but I feel like oftentimes when I wear a liquid lipstick, I want to wear lip gloss over top just to make it more comfortable, you know? So yeah, I think this is definitely worth it. And then I actually have 2 other lipsticks that I want to talk about. So this Dior one here is $43. And these ones here from MAC are $23, so they are like half the price. So I think I've stated in several videos that I am not a huge fan of nude lipsticks, but clearly I am mistaken because this drawer is only nude lipsticks and I have more in my purse somewhere. So clearly either I actually do like nude lipsticks or I have a huge makeup hoarding addiction. We'll never know. Both of these MAC ones that I'm recommending to you guys fall in the nude category. The first one is called Retro, which is a satin finish. I love that smell of MAC lipsticks. that is this one here. It is a perfect nude in a way. It is darker, but if you just want a lipstick that you don't have to think about, you can just throw on with practically any look, this is this one here. And since it is a satin finish, it's super comfortable to wear. And then this one here is called Velvet Teddy. This is a matte one, and this is one that my friend Christina sent to me. Thank you, Christina. So obviously Velvet Teddy is much lighter. Sometimes I like to wear Velvet Teddy with a little bit of lip gloss over top just to give like a little bit more oomph. But both of these are lipsticks that are just very easy to wear. Like I mentioned, you don't really have to think about what you're wearing for eyeshadow. It kind of just like goes with everything. So okay, so last but not least on my recommendations for the VIB sale, this is the Sephora brand Daily Brush Cleaner. Now this format here is $19. There is a smaller, more travel size that is cheaper. I think, let me just see. The smaller size is $11, but I think if you're gonna buy it, just get the bigger one. I think it's more economical that way unless you are traveling. I am exceedingly lazy when it comes to washing my makeup brushes, especially like, I was gonna say especially my eyeshadows, but I mean all of them in general. But since I do like to switch up my eyeshadow, it does become problematic. So just having a brush cleaner like this, that just, you know, helps get rid of some of the bacteria, some of the color. I do need to just wash them more regularly, but like, maybe next year, you know, that'll be a resolution for next year to wash my makeup brushes more often. But I just really like to have this on hand. If you're someone who likes to switch around different eyeshadow colors, this is really great. You just spritz onto a paper towel and then you just like swish around your brush and it becomes clean. The color, like whatever pigment is there, is off, and then your brush is more hygienic. I think it's just, this is just great to have, especially if you're like me and you're not so great at washing your brushes. This is good to have on hand, and it just like cleans them, and yeah. So I think that's all I have for you guys for today. These are my recommendations for the current Sephora VIB sale. Like I mentioned before, I will put the dates and information for the sale down below in the description box. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Let me know what you guys are gonna get during the sale. Are you gonna get anything? Are you gonna get anything that I mentioned in today's video? Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It always means a lot to me that you watch my videos. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. A fantastic weekend. It is Friday while you are watching this. So I think that's all I have for you guys for today. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.